misses underneath the posts. Wallow, you got it, Thomas. Lovely pass to Taumalola. Taumalola at pace, looks outside. Straight out to Daniel Jones for the corner. Daryl James. Great tackle for Sullivan. But the support from Jamie Ringer rounds off a fantastic Bridgend try. That was a classic. Lovely pass and a great angle from Josh Taumalola. Looked outside. Now you thought Daniel Jones was going to get there, but Craig Morgan gets him. David James for the try line. Anthony Sullivan gets him, but fantastic support from Jamie Ringer. Howley ducks under one tackle and is away. Looks round for support. That comes from Peter Rogers. Up to the Bridgend 22. Howley again. Looking for numbers on the right. Jamie Robinson slips a tackle to McDallan. Oh, but what a cover tackle from Gareth Thomas. Seemed for all the world of Cardiff about from Bridgend. Howley gets it out again. The pressure is relentless from Cardiff. Bridgend's tackling is magnificent. That time they're that little bit too eager. Offside, quickly taken by Howley. Howley tries to do it himself. Again, wonderful defence from Bridgend. Rob Appleyard is in there, so is Francois Mounier. The two flankers working hard. Craig Morgan, a scrum half. Yestin Harris to Jamie Robinson. It had to come. The pressure had to tell in the end. And Jamie Robinson gets Cardiff's first try. Harris has a look, the ball is out and he gets clobbered by John Tate. Humphreys completes the turnover for Cardiff. Now they've got men spare on the left. If they want to be adventurous from their own 22, that's the way they're coming. Yestin Harris, Quinnell couldn't handle it, but John Deborah has. Deborah with the interception, he stumbles, but he just gets there. John Deborah with what could be the killer blow for Bridgend. The option was there for Cardiff. Not sure if it was meant for Craig Quinnell. He couldn't hold it. Deborah got in. Only 22 metres to go, but it must have seemed like a mile. Emyr Lewis with a pickup. Support from Craig Quinnell, who's had a rampaging night for Cardiff tonight.
No, leave it yellow! Leave it yellow!
Bridgend just about holding out. Rhys Williams. Williams has the pace and the guile to get there. With 40 minutes up on the watch, Cardiff's scant hopes are kept alive by Rhys Williams. At the foil on the outside, Soidle's Paul Clapham on his inside was too quick for him, and Cardiff's faint hopes are still burning. Yestin Harris checks and goes round. Oh, he ghosts his way through. Harris is in a big gap. Harris into the 22, looks for support. But Gareth Thomas with the all-important interception clears Bridgend's lines, and a huge sigh of relief all around the Brewery field. Almost 5 minutes of injury time up on the clock. Where's the ref found it? I'm not sure. Anthony Sullivan. It was Chris Loader with a tackle. It's still alive. The dribble through from Quinnell, and Jamie Robinson has got there. What drama! Right in the very last second, Jamie Robinson has got Cardiff back within 2 points with a conversion to come. It's all happening. Craig Quinnell with the soccer skills. He'd have got there himself, only Jamie Robinson beat him to it. It's unbelievable. As Yestin Harris puts over the conversion, the final whistle goes. Absolutely incredible scenes. Cardiff have got back there. Cruel luck on Bridgend. Santa is wearing blue and black.
My house was burgled this week, right? And if I could find that bloke, I'd give him one. You know, a real hiding. But the thing was, we were burgled out there today, and the disappointing thing is, I know the man who burgled us, and I can't do anything about it.
We had a 12-point lead going into the final 5 minutes, and we should have closed the game off, really. But the effort was fantastic. You know, we've worked hard this week preparing towards this game, and I think it's, you know, if we can carry on in that vein, then I'm sure the victories will come our way.
Good, controversial stuff, really, and the ref was involved, but since Jonathan has got himself into a lot of trouble with the refs, as it were, we thought we'd let Mike Hall pick his way through this one. Mike, the ref.
Yeah, well, it was a wonderful game, but I mean, Richard Webster and Dennis John were very upset at the end, and lovely quote from Richard Webster there. But there were a couple of refereeing decisions that we can see here. That the first one is when Craig Quinnell goes through. Now, Josh Tomalolo comes in to tackle him. Now, this is very harsh, because I think Tomalolo tries to strip the ball from his hands. Now, look, Quinnell is still on his feet, he's still going forward, and that's what the referee has pulled him up for. Now, we'll have a look at this again. Look, he's going, is that head high or is he trying to strip the ball? It's a bit harsh. This one is even worse because Devro is in here to tackle and it's a man and ball tackle. So yes, he does knock the ball forward, but it's not a deliberate penalty as the ref is indicating there. So again, that was harsh on Bridgend. Now this was probably the worst of the lot. This is when Harris goes in late on in the game. You can see he's clearly held up, the ball is off the floor. Now this, when it comes, should be a scrum to Bridgend. They had defended defiantly up to that point. Gives the scrum to Cardiff. And Cardiff scored off this point. So I think for Bridgend, they can feel slightly aggrieved that there were a few harsh decisions that went against them at the end of the game there. But Cardiff, I mean, they had all the territory and they played very well in the second half. Drew probably a fair result.
When you were itching to get in there?
The first penalty he gave against Tomalolo was for not binding in the tackle, just going in with the shoulder, I think, if I remember rightly. So I mean, it's a harsh one because there was one exactly the same.
He tried to strip the ball. I think he thought he couldn't take the bigger man down, so he tried to strip the ball from him. So it was slightly harsh on Bridgend. So you can understand why Richard Webster.
In a way, what Harris was saying as well is 12 points 5 minutes ago. You know, they defended and they defended a lead. They should have gone and played a little bit more football because every chance they had, they kicked the ball away, didn't they? And they gave Cardiff, you know, the ball and a chance to attack them. So
they were under pressure for the whole second half, and their defence was quite incredible. How they did keep Cardiff out for so long anyway, and it was a massive effort by them.
Best performance of the year from Bridgend.
Yeah. Okay, no, you can't do the ref. You've got to do the tries.
No, I thought the two tries were well worked. They're very quick. You know, we've seen very good, you know, quick play, and when we have quick ball, we have great flashes. If you look at this, you know, the first thing we look at here is Tomalolo is going to come on a great angle on Iestyn Harris' inside shoulder. The ball comes out. It's a lovely miss ball, and that's the angle he's going to take. Once it comes out, Iestyn Harris has a great tackle because to stop him on his tracks there. But the force come round, there's Teal. He's going to come on a dummy run, hold those defenders up, and all of a sudden the ball goes to Bryant, and Matt Allen there's got men outside, so he's off balance. So they create that try, and is well taken. And look at this, Tomalolo's not standing in the gap where he's going to hit. All of a sudden, lovely pass, and that's a great angle. Just look at Jamie Ringer tracking him. It's a ball out to Daniel Jones, the wing. Back inside to David James. Good, you know, offload in the tackle. Sullivan gets to him. That's a great finish by Jamie Ringer. And the first 15 minutes, they were on fire, actually. They should have kept it going. Towards the last 10 minutes, any ball they had to keep it.
One of the more, I don't know, disturbing observations on the game is that Iestyn Harris doesn't seem to be doing it for Cardiff. And there's a growing criticism that he's not doing it in rugby union.
I think that it's difficult. He hasn't had a lot of games, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of uncertainty with him where his runners are going to go and also what he's going to do with the ball. Look at this. Plenty of men on the outside. They should be flat and hitting those two holes. Look at the numbers out there. What happens? Everybody's running at depth and nobody's hitting holes and nobody's giving him options. And look at this again. He holds and holds and holds Budget. He's got to come straight then. He's through the gap. Ball goes to floor. Look at the overlap. They've got two men outside. They make a mistake and then Devro scores. But they've got to hit holes from him. What he's good at is creating holes and putting people to offloads. And look at the try. He attracts the two defenders there. The hole opens up and Robinson is through. I thought Robinson and Craig Morgan are starting to get a grips with him and how to hit the angles of running and the lovely pop balls, because the ability to offload is great. What we don't want to do is change him to what we've got. If we've paid all this money, we've got to react how he plays. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time getting him down here.
Very early days for him, though, isn't it? Very early days for him. He's still
what
finding
are they
his
doing
way
in Cardiff? They've got to work in Cardiff to suit his style, you know, and learn how to hit
Lynn Howell's just said it. Lynn Howell's just said, you know, we've got to learn how to break down these difficult defences. Well, he's done it all his life in rugby league, so I think he should be saying to to Geraint John, look, this is how I want to do it. This is what I want the runners.
It is difficult though, because the coaching anyway is just, you know, as much as you can for 3 quarters to run straight all the time, and outside half to straighten the line for everyone to come on angles. And we've got an outside half very unconventional as he is at the moment, who drags everyone across, and these people coming off him.
Looking for people
people aren't used to it at the moment. That's all.
I was talking to Gareth Jenkins and Nigel Davis, and they were saying on the weekend, what they want to do is learn to develop the player within that team structure, and it's very difficult because you can't tell a guy, oh look, this is the hole to hit. They should instinctively know where and what hole to hit.
Lay off Yeston, says Jonathan. Okay.